Hi guys, now we are going to see how to pass a array element and the array to a function. See, first one is passing the array element to a function. See, already we had seen array, the group of element is known as the array. Suppose if I am declaring the variable, here my variable name is integer. If I am declaring it as integer a of 5, that means here I can store up to totally 5 values we can store. Suppose if I am storing here a of 5 is equal to here 3, 7, 9, 2, 1. So here in the array a, this is the variable name array, a of 0th position, a of first position, a of second position, a of third position and a of fourth position. Totally we can store the 5 elements to this each and every position. A of 0th position the value is 3, a of first position the value is 7, a of second position the value is 9, a of third position the value is 2 and a of fourth position the value is 1. See here first one is passing the array elements to a function. See, function already we have seen here in the function. Suppose if you are passing the value to a function in the argument list, there we had passed a single values only. Here we are going to see how to pass the multiple values to a function. See, if we want to store multiple values, there we should use an array. By using this help of this array variable, we can store the multiple values. So by help of the array variable, we can store the multiple values and we can pass the array variable as a function parameter. See, for example, this is the main function. In the main function, integer x is equal to 10, sum of x. Here this function name is sum. Here I had finished this function. Here I am defining the function void sum. This is the user defined function. Here I am declare the variable as a. Here we are doing some process. Here this is the function call. See, while calling the function, we can pass some values to that function definition. See, here in the function call, this is the function call. I am calling this function and I am passing this variable to where? To the a, and I am doing some process, certain task inside this function definition. Here now we are going to see how to pass the multiple values to a function. Suppose if you want to pass, this is the function, that is user defined function. If you want to pass the multiple values to the function, there we should declare the variable as array, because by help of the array variable we can store the multiple values. Next one, see here, this is the second one, passing the entire array. So here if you want to pass the array, means here we can declare the variable it as integer x of 5, so that here we can store the 5 values to the variable x. At the same time I am passing this x. Here this x was copied to, that is where? In the function definition part. So this is, you should remember this one, while getting this parameter, here we should declare this as this argument, it should be array variable. Then only if we are declaring it as array, then we can get the array variable. So here this is the passing the array to the function. And the next one, very first is here passing the array elements to a function. See, this entire part is known as array. See here, each and every this known as element. And the second thing is, now we are going to see how to pass the array element to a function. See, suppose when already in previous class we have seen about how to access the array variable. Here we can access the array variable by help of this array position, that is this 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 4, this and all position. Suppose here I want to get the a of 2 value, means here what is the element inside the a of second position? The element is 9. Next, a of first position, if I want to get the value, then what is the element inside the a of 1? The number 7. See, in same way, a of 0th position, what is the element? Here 3. So in the same way, here this first one is passing the array element to a function. Instead of passing the entire array, here we are going to pass the element to the function. Now let us see how to pass the array element to a function. See, these and all integer array in same way. Suppose here in the floating point, if you are declaring the float and salary of 20, here I can store up to 20 elements. That is, here this is the array variable. Array variable is salary, totally 0th position up to 19th position. Here for each and every position we can store some values, store some fractional values. Up to 20 values we can store. So this float, it is used to, this is also a type of array. Here we can store the float values. Next, in same way, character, that is, suppose if you want to store the string, here we can declare the variable as character, and then here let us assume the variable name NA. Here NA of 20. So here NA is the variable name. Here totally from 0 to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. up to here 19th position. Totally 20 elements can be stored. That is the 20 values, 20 letters can be stored to the NA. See, these and all position, NA of first position. By help of this scanf function, I am storing the value scanf percentage of s. For storing the string, we should use percentage s and NA. Next, this scanf, it is used for input purpose. Suppose if I am entering the word as universe, then this string will be stored to where? NA. See, by help of this scanf function, I am storing the value universe to the variable NA. So here, while storing in the memory, how it will store? See, at NA of first position, 0th position, the letter U. At NA of first position, next here N. Next here NA of first position, this one NA of second position, this location NA of third position, this location NA of fourth position, in similar way up to NA of 19th position, maximum 19th position. we can store some values. So here how many letters I had given? Universe. So NA of 5th position, NA of 6th, and here this one NA of 7th position. So here the position wise if see means it is starting from 0th position, so up from 0 to 7th position this letter universe were stored in the memory. See, this one is important. Here at the 8th position, particularly for string only I am telling, at the 8th position this /0 will be assigned by system itself. See, the /0 it is used to for end of the string. See, by help of this /0 we can identify the end of the string. See, for each and every time when we are using some function, input function, and if we are giving some input to a character variable, that is if we are giving a string values to the character variable, then at end of the last position automatically the system assign the /0. So here I am storing the value universe. See, at the end of the position this /0 will be assigned by the system. So now we will see some examples. Here very first one, let us take this one, passing an array element to a function. See, here these and all element un, these and all each and everything is an element. See, now we are going to write a program to print the string in vertically. See, suppose here scan of percentage of s and na, so that here we can get some string value. Suppose if I am telling to print this printf percentage of s, then na, then output will be like this, universe. Horizontally it will display the output. Now I am going to write a program after getting the input string to a variable, then when I am displaying that input it will display it in, instead of displaying horizontally it should display like this. It should display in vertically. So this is the program. So here I am going to use this first logic, passing the array element to a function. After getting the string we are going to pass the array elements, that is element by element, as a function argument. After in the function definition we are going to print that string vertically. So let us see the program now. Passing the array element to the function. Next, header file. Here we are going to declare the function name. This function name is prn, print, to print the string. Here I am using the function name as prn, print. Next, here character, say passing the array element, that is character by character we are going to pass. So here inside this parameter you declare the variable x. So this is the function name. Here inside this function, here I am passing the parameter, that is character x. here we should declare the another one variable, that is it is used for loop. Here I am declaring the variable I and I am initializing the I to 0. Next, here I am getting the input to the variable NA, that is this is the string variable. I am getting the string data to the variable NA. Next, say this is the program. Say here this program is used to illustrate passing the array element to the function. See, element by element we are going to pass it to the function. So here this is user defined function. My user defined function name is prn. See, this prn function is used to print the string in letter by letter in vertical direction. So next, here this is the main program. See, this main program, here it start from here and it end here. Same way, this is the prn, that is the user defined function. This user defined function, simply here it is used to print the letter in letter by letter, here slash n. See, next I am using the while loop inside this main function, while loop. This while loop is used for passing the element, array element to the function. See, now let us see one by one. See, inside the main, here I have declared the variable NA of 20. That means totally in the memory it occupies up to 20 bytes. Here this variable name is NA. So here this is the NA of 0th position. Always the array start from 0th position. Next, NA of first position, NA of second position, NA of third position, NA of fourth position, etc. up to NA of here 19th position, because here I have declared the variable as 20, totally 20 bytes here stored. This is for NA of 0, NA of 1, etc. See, here after the declaration part, here I am telling to printf enter a string. So in the output, here at very first it asks enter a string. Suppose if you are typing world, so this world will be stored to where? NA. See, in NA here this will stored like this. Here first this W, this is the NA variable. Here where W, O, R, L, D, and at the fifth position, this is the important, automatically this scanf function in the system itself will allocate the slash 0. See this slash 0. The slash 0 is at the which position? That is end of the string. This is the NA of 19th position is the last position. Say once you type in the keyboard as WORLD world, then this will be stored according to this position. That is at 0th position the first letter, first position the second letter, second position the third letter, etc. up to the 4th position the 5th letter will be stored, and automatically this slash 0 also will be assigned by the system. See, next after getting here, I am coming here to the while loop. See, already we had seen the loop, it will be repeat again and again until the condition is true. So here what is the condition? Here I am using the while loop. In the while loop I am giving the condition that NA of ith position, it should not be slash 0. If it is not equal to slash 0, then condition is true. Once if NA of ith position equal to 0, then the condition will be false and it will come outside of the loop. So here while very first it will take NA of ith position. What is the ith position? Here I have initialized this I to 0. At very first, what is the value of I? 0. So NA of ith position, it will check it is not equal to 0, slash 0. So this condition is true because it is not equal to slash 0. So this condition is true. Once it is true, then it will come inside the body of the while loop. See, inside the body of the while loop, here there were the two statements. First statement is function call. I am calling the function. And the second statement is I am incrementing the I value. This is the function call. So while calling the function, I am passing the parameter of NA of ith position. Now what is the value of I here? This is the ith value. Now I value is very first value is here I have initialized 0. Here NA of I, this I value is 0, that is NA of 0th position. So here inside to the PRN, that is the function name, I am passing the NA of ith element. So here NA of 0th position, I am passing the value W. So here in NA of 0th position, what that value will be copied to the X. Here NA of 0th position, the value is W. So this W I have passed to the, here I am passing this array element NA of 0th element as to the function. So here this NA of 0th element W is passed to the X. So here in the output it will print the variable X here. So here inside the X, now what is the element? This W is inside the X, the W. So the W will be printed here in this output at very first W. And then after printing, the controller will go back from where it called. Say here function call is here. So again it will go here and next it will increment the I value. Once it increment the I value, it will go to the loop and it will check the condition. Now what is the value of I? I had incremented to 1. Now it check the condition whether NA of 1 not equal to slash 0. See, NA of 1 not equal to slash 0. This condition true. So again it will go inside and here I am passing the argument, I am passing the element NA of, now I value is 1. So NA of first element is the O. So here I am passing this O will be copied to X and I am here next in the inside the function of the body. Here I am telling to print the variable x. Here inside the variable x, what the value, that value will be printed. Before that, you see here /n, here percentage c. What data type, here we should mention that one, percentage c. After that, comma, /n percentage c, and then comma, after that x. See, for each and every time it print the x value in the new line. So here what is the value of x that will be printed in the new next line? I am printing the value of O. Next, again, once the statement inside the user defined function had completed, then controller will automatically go where the function call, to that position it will go. So again it will go to the function call area. Here we had called the function. Next, I value will be incremented, and again in the same process I will be checked here in the loop whether n of I is not equal to /0. Here now I value is 2. After the during this increment value, the I value will be 2, and it will check the NA of second position not equal to /0. Here the NA of second position is not equal to /0. So the condition true. Again it will come inside. Here we are passing the which value? NA of ith value. This I value is now 2. NA of second value is R. Here we are passing the R to the variable x. I am telling to print the x, that is inside the x what the value R is there. This R will be printed in the new line. So it is the next line. Here it will print the R. In similar way, it will process repeated when I is equal to, after each and every time the I value will be incremented and it will check the position. So here during NA of second position or in similar way NA of third position L, here it check during the NA of fourth position the value is after L D. Next it will print the next line. See, this is important. Here again after printing this in similar way, after printing this last position, that is the D, next here again it will go to the function call. Where the function call, there the controller will go. Here we have called this function. Next step is I am incrementing the I value. Now I value will be how much? 5. Here after incrementing this I value, it will go and check in the loop. I will be incremented and it will check in the while loop here whether NA of I value is 5. Fifth position is not equal to /0, it will check. See here NA of fifth position is equal to /0. Here this is false. Once it is false, it will come outside, that is get CH, and it will come outside of the print. And finally the output will be displayed like this, printed in vertically. So this is the example for how to passing a array element. See, each and every letters are element, these and all element. Passing these array elements to the function. Say next we will see how to pass the array to the function. See here letter by letter we have passed. Now we are going to pass the entire array variable as the function argument. Now we are going to see how to pass the array variable to the function. See here here we are going to pass the array to the function. Say now we are going to find the length of the string. So here we are going to pass the array variable, that is a string variable, to the function, and we are going to count totally how much length that string occupies. See, here I am going to declare the user defined function name. My function name is void findLen. My function name is findLen. Find the string length. Here inside I am declaring the array variable, that is character. Here NA, this is the array variable. Next void main. So this is the program. Say here this program, it is used to illustrate how to pass the array variable to the function. Here my array variable name is s. Here in this variable s, I am storing a string and I am passing that array, that is array variable, to the function. Let us see one by one. Here this is the function name. My user defined function name is findLen. It is used to find the length of the given string. So next here void main. It starts from here, open brace and void main, it is closing here. Next one, this is the user defined function, opening brace and closing brace. This one inside, this is the while loop. This brace, open brace and here close brace. See, first s of 20. Here the memory will allocated to the variable s, totally 20 bytes. So the variable name is s. So s of 0th position, s of first position, s of second position, s of up to s of 19th position. Here the last position value is s of 19. Next, see each and every position you can store the letter. Next here in this step, printf enter the string. Suppose if you are entering the string as Pentium, so this letter Pentium will be stored to where? To the variable s. So here the letter P, it will be stored in 0th position. Letter P is stored in 0th position, and at the first position E, second position N, so that each and every position these letters were stored. Now after the scanf function, here I am passing the array variable s to the function findLen function. This findLen is my user defined function. So this s, this letter, the variable s is passed to the variable na. So the content inside the s, variable s, is copied to the na. So here na of 0th position, na of first one, second, third, fourth, see here this string variable, this variable array variable s, it is passed to na. So na will be content inside the s will be stored like this. Next, inside the body of the function, here I am telling, I am declaring the two variable. First variable is len, it is used to count the letters. Next one I, this one is used for the loop, while loop. So here in the while loop I am saying here while, here na of open brace, na of I not equal to /0. If na of ith position is not equal to /0 means then condition is true. So what is the value of I now? At the very first the I value is, I have initialized to 0. So here at the 0th position, very first I value is 0. Here now na of I is not equal to /0. It will check na of ith position, that is na of 0th position is not equal to /0 because p, the value is p is there. So condition true. Once it is true, it go inside the while loop. Inside the loop I am incrementing the len variable and I variable. So len variable is how much now? Len will be 1 because this I have initialized to 0. Next I value also will be incremented to 1. After incrementing the I value, again it will go to the loop and it will check the condition whether na of I value is not equal to /0. Now I value is 1, so here na of first value is e. So this not equal to /0, this condition true, so it go inside the while loop. Here the len value and I value will be incremented. Now len is equal to 2 and I value is 2. Again na of I is /0. For each and every time in similar way it will check. When I is equal to check, it will check whether na of I value is /0. If it is not /0, next I am incrementing the len value and I value. Again now I value is third, it will check whether it is /0. It is not /0. So here na of this third position is not /0. So len value I am incrementing to 4 and I value incrementing to 4. Inside the body of this loop I am incrementing these two variable values. Now the I value is 4, again it will check whether the fourth position is /0. Here the first position is not /0, that is value is u. So here len value will be 5, I value also will be 5. Next NA of fifth value, here now this is the fifth position. Here it will check the whether it is /0, no. So len value will become 6, I value also will become 6. Next NA of sixth position, here the letter M is in the sixth position, so this also not /0. So again it will go inside, the len value will be 7 and I value will be 7. I value is 7. Once I value is 7, it will go here and it will check whether NA of 7 is not equal to /0. Once it is not equal to /0 means then it will go inside the loop, otherwise it will terminate the loop. Now what is the value of NA of seventh value? NA of seventh value is /0. It is /0. So this condition is false. Once it is false, it come outside of the loop. It come here, the controller. Now it will print the length of the string is equal to percentage of d and len. So finally it will print the length here. Length of string is equal to percentage of d and len. What is the value? Finally 7. So here it print the answer like this. In this way we can find the length of the string by using the user defined function. Here I am passing the array, that is the variable s is an array, to the function. After passing the array, here I am calculating the letters, total letters inside that array.